everybody. Welcome to another edition of Practical Pet Chat. Lorin, I might need to come sleep on your sofa because I was just doing some cleaning out of Bella's toys and shoes and other things. And needless to say, that was quite an experience.
Just did the same thing. I
Oh
just
my
did the
God.
same thing. And
That is
my
awesome.
kids have a toy box, not a box, but a toy basket in the bedroom, and they have one in the living room. And they're little. So the way I have it is so they can actually get into it and pull out whatever they want. But it was the time of year to, weed through and see what needed to be thrown away, what could be donated, what they didn't play with, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and you would have thought that I was taking it all and binning it, because they were just like, wait, I might like that one. Well, just because I haven't played with it doesn't mean I won't. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are being ridiculous. So, under complete and total supervision of two dogs, I went through every toy and then moved to the living room and did that. And there was all kinds of drama and throwing themselves on, the couch and clutching their pearls and the whole works over the
I love that you
drama.
give them pearls too, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, they actually have pearls. Of
oh
course
my
they do,
God, that's
right?
awesome. Maybe I am coming to your house just just for financial reasons.
Do you need a strand of pearls?
I need something to clutch. My rosary is gone after cleaning. Bella was like, "I'm getting rid of your stuff too." No, it's so funny you say that. And so Bella's a bigger dog. Um, I will just say she is must. I don't know why because it was nothing I ever did. She does have this basket that she can easily pull anything she wants. And instead, she will be the most polite kid ever. She'll sit there, she'll tap her feet because we have tile floors. So she's there. She is like, could you please come get this toy for me? Now that I say this, maybe she just wants to see me get my rear off the couch and go get her something. But I would say, it's okay, take what you want. Take it. And then I'm holding up different toys and she'll grab the one she wants and we play and all that good stuff. But so I was like, okay, like you, I've got multiple baskets and multiple. I got one right here in my office. I am really overloaded with toys. So I was like, okay, let's just go through some of this, then some of it, because hey, Santa showed up and she got some new ones that I'd love to mix into the fray here. And it was like, which one do you want? And the first one was, oh, I want this one. The next time, though, she realized because that one went into a different kind of contraption, which was a bag, which, if I remember, he walks those out to the trash cans. And so it's like, no, I want them both. I want them both. I want them both. And I'm like, no, that ain't working. Okay, we're both playing outsmart the fox here. And so I finally got through it all. And I just made the determination by like,
You have to.
if I haven't seen you play with this in months,
Exactly.
or it is so ripped to you know what that it's like
Mhm.
I was only waiting for the last little bit of stuffing or something to fall out of it. It went. But Bella, to her credit, I hear her howling. And that usually means there's a predator or something. Where I live, we get some big animals that come through the yard, coyotes, bobcats, things like that. And so I fly out. And I should have known because it was only like 15 minutes after I'd taken stuff out. I fly out into the backyard. I'm like, oh my God, all right, who am I taking on? And no, she's just sitting there singing goodbye and
Clutching her
holding her,
pearls.
yeah, holding her own weight. Don't put any ideas into her head, Lorin. I'm not getting her pearls. Okay. I'm not
Aunt
that.
Lauren will send you
Aunt
pearls,
Lauren,
Bella. Don't
Bella,
worry.
no pearls for you. Okay. We will have to Rochambeau for those. But it was hilarious. And I was like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? And then she got up on her hind legs and is just like using her nose to flip the lid, flip the lid, flip the lid. And I'm like, oh my God. So I went to the one next to it and I opened it up and it was empty because we have multiple trash cans. It was empty and picked her up. Yes, she's a big dog, but she's not so big. I can't pick her up. And she's like looking and going, oh my God, they already got rid of it. And it was hilarious. Put her back down. She walked away with that, like, yeah, you better sleep with one eye open because I'm killing every sock and slipper you have. And but it was hilarious. But you got to do those things. You have otherwise, I would have a mountain.
Oh
Of,
my gosh. We still have a mountain. And there were a couple toys that it's like, okay, I haven't seen this toy. And I would turn around to my husband and go, are they playing with this one? He'd go, no. Are they playing with this one? Yeah, I've seen them play with that one most recently. And immediately they caught on. So now they're running to dad. They're running back to me. They're negotiating, like say no, say no. And it's like, oh my gosh, they're so smart. But they're better off for it. They'll get over it. The other thing though, that if somebody, if you don't want to get rid of the toys, maybe you don't have a ton, or it's just overwhelming. I think what you can do is just take a bag and put some toys away
right.
because, you can bring them back out in 6 months or whatever, replace other toys with them, and they'll be every bit as happy as they were the
Yeah.
first time around.
Well, and Lauren, if you've got pearls, I'm sure you had some holiday specific toys as well. And so that was like the genesis of it, right? It's like, okay, I got rid of
I
all the
pack
holiday.
those.
Yeah, I packed all the holiday stuff. Now I'm gonna go through and do my early, January through March, all right, let's go through the house, what I need to do. And that was just part of my routine. But I was laughing. I was like, you are such a character. You clearly don't, mirror me.
But it's theirs. It's I mean they know it's theirs, specifically theirs. And it's so funny because I packed up the Halloween toys. They went into a bin for next Halloween. And then I packed up the Christmas toys. But these other toys, like you said, went into a trash bag. And
Yes.
there was a decided difference in their reaction. So yeah, it's fabulous. I love it. But yeah, I think that's part of the reset for the year. So, get rid of the old stuff
Yeah.
and who's not gonna, break down and buy a toy for their kid when they're out,
Right.
right?
Well, and I mean the other thing too was I did go through. We've got because again we've got a lot of tile in the house,
Hmm.
so I've got little blankets. Um, Santa was generous and brought her a new, like, what are the like, I don't want to say the brand name, but the fluffy towels that have my hands that can go on either side. So it's
Oh,
like,
right. Uh-huh.
you know, and so, we had two last year and we had nothing but rains for 2 weeks. And so Santa realized, hey, you need one at each door, plus for, the car, if they're getting in the car and you take them, to the park and ocean like I do. Um, but so I was like, I don't need these two old ones. They're not fluffy anymore. They've got their own unique smell at this point. I've washed them as many times as I'm
I
going to
was
wash
gonna
them.
say, wash
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Well, I had those for a long time. So, and listen, I can't afford pearls. So, but
Oh, come on. Oh,
I can
please.
definitely afford another, dry you off. So I'm not mopping the floor every time. But it was literally, it's like, all right, let me go through all the blankets. Let me go through the towels. Let me go through all this stuff. And one of my guilty things for her is she does have pillows. She has her own pillows.
Hmm.
And so it was like, all right, this one pillow, she would just, the minute I grabbed the pillow, she just bit down on it. It was like, no, that's not going anywhere.
I draw the line here.
That's we will more than Rochambeau for this one, pops. And so that one's still here, and which was hilarious to my family because they were like, "How'd that one survive?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Belle put her foot down, so sorry, that one's staying." But ironically, it's the one that none of us will lay on with her. So that's
No
like
wonder she
her,
likes it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's her, like, that's her space, her territory. She'll pick it up, take it from room to room, settle in. And I think I mentioned that's also the one she'd take in behind the Christmas tree and lay down. So to her, it clearly means something special, as you were pointing out. It's like they'll tell you, like, no, this one is very special, and I need that. And the
So
funny story. Go
in
go ahead.
proportion to the size of the dog, which I have dogs that aren't real dogs. Um, we were in a store. I won't say the name of the store, but we were in a store and walking past the children's section, and they had these. they're baby play mats,
Uh,
those round baby play
oh
mats.
yeah, yeah,
And they're really soft. I mean, really soft. And we just on a whim was like, we'll buy one. And, dogs are gonna be like, yeah, great. Because we also have, no carpet. And and so I just was sort of like, well, we'll see what they think of it. And it was super inexpensive. And oh my God. So we call those the dot now. And we had green dots for the holidays. And we have, we have spring dots and things like that. They so know that's theirs. And we have to do the same thing. You can only wash them, what, a million times before they're not fluffy anymore.
yeah,
And that was their version of Belle's pillow.
yeah,
There was like that's not going anywhere.
yeah.
That's not
That's
happening.
awesome. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I will say I was going to share this story about um, Sugar. That's how I knew how much she loved the kids because when we adopted her, again, she was thrown out of a car, all the rest. She came to us with one toy, this little squeaky weird thing, and she would only let someone she truly trusted and loved play with it. And I remember one of my daughters in the backyard with her, and Sugar brought her the toy, and she's like 4.5, 5 years old. And my daughter threw it up, and it literally went into the tree. And I'll never forget. My reaction was, and Sugar was like, it's okay. I still love you. But see her
But Dad, get a ladder.
yeah, Dad, you're into the tree line now. And it's so funny because we'd always look like it never fell out. Like, where did it end up going? But we couldn't find it.
Oh
It
my
went.
gosh.
Yeah. And so, but the amount of times we'd look and we'd see Sugar just staring up into the tree.
Oh,
And
that's
I'd be like, I am
heartbreaking.
so sorry. And I tried to find that same toy to switch it out, the old goldfish trick.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding you. I've the exact same one, and she knew that was not hers.
Well,
So
of
they
course.
do know, folks. They do know. But she forgave all of us, and yeah, so much fun. What a fun one. I'm glad we talked about that because you got to do that across the board. You should be
Yep.
rotating the bowls out a lot more as well, your water
Yep.
bowl in particular, which often surprises people. I know you and I'll talk about that at some point here. But yeah, no, there is something unique about how much they do imprint on certain things that we don't understand, and toys and pillows, and hey, this one thing means something, and I think that is something so unique and special. I genuinely treasure those moments. So that was a highlight for
Well,
me.
it's part of what makes them like a kid,
Yeah.
like a real
Yeah.
kid. My my tinier one, Delaney, she has a toy that's a little llama, that's
Oh,
about the same size as her, and that's the only toy that gets to sleep on the bed at night
oh, that's
because
so
if
funny.
it's not on the bed, she's down getting it.
Oh,
And every single time we try to hide, cannot go to bed. She doesn't have to sleep with it. It needs to be on the bed, just like the rest of the family.
that
So yeah,
is, oh my God, that's awesome. All right, well, hey, folks, I'm sure your pets have something very special to them. You can see our email address up above us here, practicalpetchat@gmail.com. Let us know what your pet's favorite toys or blanket, what's their whoopee, what's their special thing that they've got to have, and they'll draw that paw line for you if you decide to take it away. So thanks for joining us here on another Practical Pet Chat. Can't wait to see you all again soon.
bye guys.
The content of this podcast is for informational purposes only. It is not intended as, nor should it be construed as, professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment for your pets. Always seek the advice of a qualified veterinarian with any questions you may have regarding your pet's health or medical condition. Never disregard professional veterinary advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard on this podcast. The hosts and the guests of this podcast are not liable for any actions taken based on the information shared during these episodes. Any reliance on the information provided is solely at your own risk. Copyright 2026 Practical Pet Chat. All rights reserved. Unauthorized duplication, distribution, or reproduction of any content from this podcast, including but not limited to audio, scripts, and show notes, is prohibited without prior written consent. The opinions and views expressed by the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Practical Pet Chat.